Hey everybody, in this video I'll be reviewing issue number 69 of the official LEGO Star Wars magazine. It includes a brand new starfighter, aptly named the AXY Fighter. So it's been a little while, but I'm sure this is going to be worth the wait, folks. This is, of course, this month's LEGO Star Wars magazine. Along the top there, you've got an awesome Emperor minifigure. And that, for me personally, was one of the main draws for actually getting this month's magazine, as it comes with him, Emperor Palpatine, looking pretty good, actually, especially with that golden hill. But anyway, we'll be taking a little look inside this foil pack a little bit later on in the review. Down this side here, we've got Luke Skywalker in his Return of the Jedi outfits. And then we've got this window here, just giving us a small preview of the pending comic. We've got a couple of previews there of the brilliant posters that this month's magazine actually comes with, and they are corkers, they really are, folks. We've got ourselves some details there, the new throne room set revealed as well. We'll be looking at that in a moment, and then just a little bit more there on the Emperor Palpatine minifigure itself. As always, this magazine's brought to us by Immediate Media. It is issue number 69, like I said, and it retails here in the UK for £3.99. So, page 2, a long time ago in a galaxy far, far away, we get ourselves a bit of a rundown on what's going to be going on with the magazine, as well as what's been happening with Emperor Palpatine and what he's been up to since the days that we thought he'd actually got beaten a long time ago during Return of the Jedi. And of course, on page 3, we'll get ourselves the index, as always, folks. It's kind of, as always, it's packed full of puzzles. Page 28, we've got the minifigure details. Page 29, we've got a fact file on Palpatine. Now, interestingly enough, this is where we learn what Palpatine's first name is. Now, until I'd read this magazine, I had no idea at all that he even had a first name. But anyway, we'll be finding that out in just a mo. So, page 4. Hey, and we're straight into the comic. Brilliant, because this is one of my favourite aspects of these magazines. And we find ourselves on Mon Calamari, and we've got some TIE fighters here whizzing around, terrorising a small village. We've got 3 rebel fighters, though, on page 5, coming to the rescue, with Leia flying the A-Wing, Luke flying his Red 5 X-Wing, and Admiral Akbar flying the ever-dependable Y-Wing. But anyway, there are some issues here, especially with the fact that there's too many ground forces firing upwards, and he's got too many TIE fighters coming in at them. So anyway, the plan, as always, folks, goes terribly wrong, and they end up crash landing there. So anyway, but Leia, Luke, and R2 are quickly taken into hiding by some of the locals from the village. Page 8, and if you've ever wondered what stormtroopers do for leisurely fun, well, now you know. They go fishing. I know, I'm just as surprised as what you are. But anyway, just go with it, folks. Anyway, page 9, and we've got ourselves our first puzzle, and it happens to be on Persana as well, with a kind of nice, easy-going spot the difference. Page 10, and it's back to the comic, and Leia is dodging those blaster shots and gets given a breath apparatus from a local by the name of Hank, which is a strange name for a kind of a dude from Calamari. But anyway, his name's Hank. So again, folks, we'll just go with it. Page 11. And Leia causes the stormtroopers no end of trouble. And they really are bad shots, aren't they? What I love about this comic, and all the Star Wars magazine comics in truthful, they really do make fun of the fact that stormtroopers are just terrible shots. Page 12, meanwhile, Luke is kind of using the Force to help construct some kind of hybrid ship. What I like about this one, this guy here, he mentions a chap by the name of Quarry. I think that's how you pronounce it. Anyway, and interestingly, he's the engineer behind one of my favourite starfighters, which is the B-Wing. And that's kind of a reference back to Star Wars Rebels, which I thought was a nice little inclusion there, nice little Easter egg. Anyway, page 13, and the new starship gets a new name, of course. It's called the AXY Fighter. And like I said, folks, over the next page, you'll learn exactly why that is the case. Because it's an absolute combination of all 3 ships, and it looks absolutely bizarre. But hey, this is Lego, and it's Lego Star Wars. So again, just go with it. This is the kind of the theme from this month's magazine, really. The hybrid ship takes off anyway, and it kind of starts taking out the Imperial forces, and Leia gets rescued as well. Page 15, and the ATSTs and boats get taken out as well. So it's a pretty powerful ship. You think about it, it's a combination of 3 very cool but very different starfighters. Page 16, and just before our heroes need to get back to the rebel fleet, they have some leisurely time of themselves and have themselves a pool party. I've got to be honest, I'm loving this as well. Look at that. I would buy one of those for myself. One, I need a pool, but secondly, I'd love to have a blow-up X-Wing. That'd be quite good fun, wouldn't it? So one of my favourite segments of these magazines is, of course, the posters as well. So we get these cool posters that come with it this month. I'll show you this one here. So it takes an army to build an empire. Here we go. Let's pop it around that way as well, so you can kind of get a good look at that. These are pretty good, and they really cool minifig pictures. They really are. They seem to be a little bit mixed up, if you ask me. We've got Scout Trooper here. We've got the normal sort of standard Stormtrooper, Snow Trooper. We've got the kind of the Devil Red Sith Trooper here. I think he's the Jet Trooper from the last movie as well as this guy here. And I think this was the guy that was kind of driving that tread speeder as well, and he kind of took off from it. That looks really good, really nice images, lovely graphics. Yeah, I like that a lot. But I think the one that just about pips it is going to be this one. I love this one here a lot, actually. It's a classic one, isn't it, really? It says, "You cannot hide forever." And that's, of course, Vader and Luke, and being overlooked there by the Emperor himself while these two are battling it out. It's kind of father versus son. You know, it's very dramatic and very much Return of the Jedi, which is a great film. So anyway, so there's the comics and the magazines there for it as well. I really like those, I have to say. It's going to be a hard choice to choose which one I think is the best out of the two, in all honesty. But anyway, let me know what you think about that down in the comments below as always. Anyway, from posters, we're going back, of course, to puzzles as well. We've got ourselves an Emperor Palpatine one there as well. And then on page 22 and 23 we're on there is the final dual play set as well, which is a set. Do you know what? I actually even forgotten about it even came out. I kind of meaning to get it. I just haven't bought it yet, and I do want to build it because I think it's a cracking set. And I kind of missed out slightly in some ways on getting the last one that came out, but this new revision version, I don't know, I think it looks pretty good actually. You've got Vader here fighting with Luke, saying, "Give yourself up to the dark side," and Luke saying, you know, "I feel the good in you." Of course, folks, we all know how this kind of all developed and panned out. You get 5 figures with this particular set as well. We get obviously Luke Skywalker, Darth Vader. We get the Emperor Palpatine himself with those, you know, electric shocks coming out, emitting from his fingers. And we get 2 Imperial Royal Guards as well, which I always think look really, really good. They were kind of like the first of the figures, or anybody in Star Wars that were kind of dressed up in head to tails in red, which I always think looks really, really good. But this particular set comes with 775 pieces. It's set number 75291, which they don't actually mention here at all, which is strange. And it retails, again, in the UK for £90. But anyway, let me know if you've actually got this set and if you've built it, and what did you think of it down in the comments below. So page 24 and 25, we've got ourselves some more puzzles. We've got the Resistance Y-Wing versus the Resistance X-Wing versus the Resistance A-Wing. So they're all there, folks. I've built all these sets actually as well, and they are really, really cool sets. We've got Poe Dameron over here and Zora Bliss down there, which I think is an absolute cracking minifigure as well. Very different to the usual sort of Star Wars minifigure. And over here we've got some Han Solo and Leia puzzles as well on this page. We've got, this is kind of like a Han and Leia labyrinth, which is kind of cool. Over on Tatooine, you've got to spot some troopers as well that have kind of got swallowed up by the sand. Page 28, we've got ourselves a preview of the minifigure himself. We've got ourselves some details there of kind of Sith that he's actually had as apprentices for himself as well. And then on page 29 here, we'll get ourselves another mini, kind of like a bonus comic really. It's kind of a cool one. It's kind of a bit of a tongue-in-cheek one. It's kind of featuring Palpatine opening up a merch shop, and one of the things that they got on for sale is a pair of lightning gloves. They're like boxing gloves, except they emit lightning, but maybe they're just a little bit too realistic anyway. Certainly if you're on the receiving end of it is. So anyway, page 32, and we have ourselves, and this is, for me, this is a bit of a revelation. We got ourselves the Jedi Archive on Sheev Palpatine. Now, I didn't actually know this guy even had a first name, but anyway, he's kind of one of the few characters in Star Wars. He's got like 3 names. He's kind of known as Sheev Palpatine, which is kind of his normal name, I guess. And then he's obviously known as the Emperor. and of course Darth Sidious as well. He never really gets referred to too many times as Darth Sidious. But anyway, this is a really cool facts sheet, and you know what? It kind of taught me something about it. But again, let me know. Did you guys and girls out there know what his first name was? Because honestly, until I read this, I had no idea. But then I hadn't really ever thought about not knowing what his first name was as well. But anyway, we all know now, which is kind of cool. And then over the page here, we've got ourselves some details on what's coming up next month as well. We haven't got no minifigures coming up next month, but we've got ourselves a V-Wing, which looks pretty cool, and that comes with 45 Lego pieces as well. Looks like we've got Yoda here, going to be in action in the comic as well. Looks like we've got some interesting posters. Looks like we've got some insight there into Mos Eisley. We've got here, we got the answers to some of the quiz questions. And then over here on the final 2 pages, we've got ourselves a cutout and keep of a game of Lego Star Wars dominoes, which looks quite cool. So anyway, folks, so that is the magazine reviewed. And if you've enjoyed watching these videos, please do think about giving it a thumbs up. But now I guess it's time to turn to the dark side and take a closer look at Emperor Palpatine. Okay, so here we have him then, Emperor Palpatine. Was it Shiv Palpatine? Or is it Darth Sidious? I'll let you decide amongst yourselves which name you want to call him. So it's sort of spinning him around. It's kind of a bit of a contradiction, this particular minifigure, because he's quite plain and bland in some respects, but in some parts as well, it's actually really, really well detailed. Anyway, let's bring him right round here, and we'll take a look at that pearl gold hilt there, which I think looks great, especially with the dark red Sith blade. I think that's brilliant. Let's get that in a fold pack. I think that's quite special as well. Anyway, we'll pop that off there. We'll take a look at that hoodie first of all as well. I like that. Again, it's quite plain, but because of the way the light bounces off it, I don't know, it kind of looks quite texturized, and I like it. And if I just kind of pop in at this sort of angle, from the back there, there's something very Darth Vader looking about that as well. And I'm really liking the cloak as well. I like that a lot. And I like the fact that they've picked a cloth one for him as well. It's kind of like my favorite material. But if I pop this off here as well, we get ourselves a really cool looking face, really highly detailed. He's got the off-coloured teeth there, the very Sith crazy eyes, got those dark wrinkles there on his kind of forehead. Then around this side we get the jewel face as well, kind of more of a contemplating looking face as well, but yet not ever to be trusted. So we'll pop the hoodie back on him again and spin him back round again. There he is, like so. And then of course on his torso, again, there's not really a lot going on there, but what is there is really nice. So we've got the kind of the creases, the prints there to kind of show off those dark Sith robes, and just in the center there below his neckline, you've got that silver shimmering clasp as well. I think that looks really nice. Around the back, like I said, we've just got this cape as well. There's nothing going on there, the printing underneath there, but it's not really needed really when you've got a cape, is there? And of course there's nothing going on there with the back of the legs either. Nothing on the sides, no printing there. You know, again, just that, it's kind of bland, but where the details needed, I think Lego have actually done really, really well. And you've got that continuation there of the robes as well on the front of the legs. And it kind of finishes off what is a really nice looking Palpatine minifigure. So my overall thoughts then on this month's Lego Star Wars magazine, where you get a fun comic with an absolute bizarre starfighter and a magazine full of puzzles and cool facts, and minifigure that is worth the purchase price of £3.99 alone. Thank you as always for tuning in. If you enjoyed the video, then please do give it a thumbs up. You can follow the channel on Instagram and Twitter, and if you happen to be new around here, why not hop on and subscribe and become a big part of the LBB family. I'll leave you now with some videos that I think you might like.